Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karvavai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavai. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Kala 8. Special reflections on SAT-CHIT-āNANDA. What is Sat? That which is not bound by the three periods of time is Sat. Bound, when we say bound, then this means that a certain thing is gaining its presence in certain frame of time and then stays in for certain period of time and then is demolished, destructed, dies, or naturally, unnaturally, whatever. So in that reference, every object, every person, every living being comes in the category of being, as we have seen, the 6 stages of any object to be, that it is born, then it is there, then the growth, then the disease, then the kshaya, and the final destruction, the death happens. So when we say Sat, then this means that these, number one, the 6 conditions which are applicable on any object, any person. When I'm saying any person, I mean every person. So the Sat is that which is not bound in that time, linear time frame or the circular time frame. That alone can be called Sat. What is Chit? That which is ever knowing in all the 3 periods of the time is Chit. When we say ever knowing, do not confuse this with the knowing of the mind or the intellect. It's just like that this camera at the moment, would you say this camera is seeing me? There's electric current or the battery which is operating this system. And then somebody has used their understanding to make a frame, cover up all the flaws of light or this or that. And so there was some living being behind this dead camera's eye who has fixed this up. And now, yes, camera is viewing me, and the hole through which the photographer views is called the eye of the camera, you can say, is that on one side is the person and on another side is the lens. So the lens is receiving and it's getting recorded in the hard disk, but this whole thing was adjusted by a human being. So see this camera like your intellect. This camera is not recording me or seeing me. The camera doesn't know that what it is doing or to what it is seeing. So although we say we have this area where we call the viewfinder, then we have the area where we have the screen where the person can see what is being, what's the input through the lens and what's being recorded. But this is all happening in the camera, but the camera is absolutely unaware because there is no consciousness also and there is no chaitanya also in that particular camera. So the mind and intellect are basically just like a camera. So you can't say that the camera knows. Somebody else was knowing through that camera. the detailing, although the detailing what your eye can see naked is more vivid. The camera can't see that. No camera lens can actually record what is actual there in the scenario in front. Hence the camera person have to go for a wider, nicer, better lenses, and like a lens alone can cost some $15,000. I'm not saying the body of the camera, I'm just saying that particular lens. And that lens then can see in much more detail, which would be little closer to what a human eye can see. But not all human eyes. We can say a person who has ability to see in an artistic way alone can see in that particular way. Not everybody can see that. Like what an artist's eye can see, a painter's eye can see, a normal person cannot see. Anyhow, so your intellect's knowing is not the exact knowing of the Chaitanya. So when we say Chaitanya or Chitta, then it surely, definitively does not mean the way your intellect knows or the way your mind knows, and see the mind and intellect as maybe close to a video camera, you can say. Okay, what is Ananda? What is Ananda? The utmost endeared entity in all the three periods of time is Ananda. See, in Sanskrit, the word endeared means what? We'll go for a word Priya. Priya. Now, Priya, just the word Priya in English would be what? Like? That would be prem.
Affectionate.
So problem is this, that none of the words in English are coming close to the word Ananda. It's neither happiness, it's neither pleasure, it's neither good feeling, it's not all that. But what is the most likable thing for your mind in all the periods of the time is Ananda. How am I Sat? I exist in all the three periods of time, hence I am Sat. Now, I have some. Did you get this statement? So, how do you know you were there before this body?
Because I know I am without the mind.
Because I know I am. How do you know that you are today? Do you need somebody's witness or some medium to tell you that you exist? Your existence is evident to you, to none other than you. Like, say, if somebody is feigning to sleep. So everybody around thinks he is sleeping, but the person knows I am not. So who is witness to one's existence? It's nobody else than me. So the way I know I exist now, I existed similarly even before this body and before this life and many, many lives. And how would you know that you are Sat in the future times? Again, the body won't be there, true, we know it. Mind might be there, because mind doesn't die with the so-called death. So the way I now know that I exist, similarly I will know my own being whenever the so-called your future comes in. But remember, nobody has seen future. Future is just an imagination. What occurs is always a present moment. What occurs is always this now. What occurs is this moment. Other than this moment, there is nothing. About past, your mind has certain reflections, certain memories. Other than that, what is the so-called evidence that that past existed, that you were one time 2 years old and 8 pounds of weight? You would say, no, that I know it, that I was there. And I know it, the body was that small. So the 3 periods of time might change. Now, time is always calculated from where your physical presence is. What's time in New York at the moment? Will it be same the way it is now? No, it won't be the same. So New York is plus minus 9 hours 30 minutes. So it's 1:28 a.m. London is 6:28 a.m. Calgary is 11:28 a.m. Dubai is 9:28 a.m. 28 is same. 1, 6, 11 and 9. And everybody is, all are behind. See, even New York is minus us. London minus, Calgary minus, Dubai, everybody's minus. Bharat Mata ki jai. Now, if somebody is at the moon, what will be the time for that person? Your time is measured from the global positioning of your longitude and latitude and how you are positioned. But if somebody is on the moon, is not positioned on the earth, so what will be the time? So all the astronauts who go there, when we have to see that, so we calculate that their craft left at 11 a.m. and then they calculate the hours and then how many miles they have gone. So as per that, they'll still talk about the earth time. They will not talk about the moon time. So it is a calculation which they have to do. So now if somebody is moved to Jupiter, will that person be having the same time? And time is also very psychological. When you are in pain, time just never ends. When you are in happiness, mind just feels, it has flown, the time has just gone. So it's a psychological also. And the GST timings of what we have is something very variable. It's very, very country to country, zone to zone, it is changing. So it's not same at all. But I exist in all the 3 periods of time. Now I want all of you to read this together. I will not do this. The next questions will be read. All of you together. Somebody can take the lead. Aishwarya, you do, and everybody can join you. And don't just read it. Need to feel it. Put some sense in your intellect. What you are reading at the moment. Please do.
Question 168. I exist in all the 3 periods of time. Hence, I am Sat. How does one realize this? Answer. Know this as, I am in the wakeful state. I am in the dream state. I am in the state of deep sleep. I am in the morning. I am in the afternoon. I am in the evening. I am in the daytime. I am in the night. I am during the fortnight. I am in all months. I am in all seasons. I am in all years. I am in the phase of infancy. I am in the phase of youth. I am in the phase of old age. I am in the previous body. I am in the present body. I am in the future body. I am in every yuga. I am in every manvantar. I am in every kalpa. I am in the past. I am in the present. I am in the future. In this manner, I exist in all the 3 periods of time. This is the way to realize that I am Sat.
This is the way to realize I am Sat. So, they have talked about some of the astrological the epochs of the Hindu cosmology in Puran, like Shiv Puran, Parvati and like Shankar is having conversation, and Parvati is saying, I have loved you for many, many kalpas. Right? Many, many kalpas. Not talking Manvantar, not talking Chaturyugi, not talking of one yug. The fuse of the brain just fails when they say that. So in every kalpa, in every past, present and future moment, I exist. That's why I am Sat. From one Manvantar to another Manvantar, sometimes there is a medium scale dissolution of the nature which happens. And sometimes there can be a very major one also. Just day before yesterday, lightning happened, and in two of our country states, almost 107 people have died just with the lightning. So the humans think that we know everything and we can do anything. That's such a flawed statement. So flawed. So how many periods have come and gone? And how many kalpas have come and gone? That doesn't make any change in the presence of the Atman. Question. Distinct from me along with the three periods of time, what is the nature of the objective world of names and forms? Know that all that is distinct from me, wise the three periods of time and the objective worlds of name and forms is asat. Opposite, asat. But we can't say exactly opposite. Word-wise it is sat and asat, opposite to one another. But we actually can't say it asat too, because it would be like saying that the rope existed and a snake existed, and the snake was a sat and the rope is a sat. But the truth is this, that it was just a false imposition which have happened. It's just a false imposition. It really doesn't existed ever. So this world of name and forms actually has never existed. And even now it is not there. It's just that the five elements, Panchikarana and Prana, have kind of attached the elements to one and another, and Prana is running the whole show. And when the Prana just separates itself from the body, and all the five elements just poof, drop. Air into air, water into water, dust into dust, earth into earth, fire into fire, and element of space into space. That's it. Even in this body, if you want to find the name which you are carrying and you're so attached to, where is the name in the whole body? Yeah, you can get it tattooed, sure. Then you can, here it is. Yeah, many people do that because they think that if in any case they die, their body can be identified from that name maybe. So is why there is the need to put that tattoo on. I don't mean anybody particularly, but it's just a general observation. But you can have your name, and then you can say, this is my name. But name is a very changeable entity. Go to court, put it through a procedure in the ad in the newspaper. You can change your name at any time. So that which is changeable doesn't actually exist. It's just a make-believe. 22 years ago, this place was just a farmland, and wheat and rice was growing over here. Now this structure is there. So now this is a hall, it's a room, this is ashram. But how long will it stay? We have just few ruins of Sri Krishna's palace in Dwarika, Bet Dwarika. Other than that, nothing. And there are some fools who are so ready to say that Krishna was never actually born. It's just a book written by Vedavyas. It's just a character in that book. Oh, these crazy people. Right? But Vedanta says all the world of name and forms is just asat. It's not sat at all. How can one ascertain the difference between sat and asat? One can ascertain the difference between sat and asat with the yukti, logic, of anvaya, connectedness, and vyatireka, separateness. Now this is another way of understanding how I exist and how the world doesn't exist and how my in the sense the Atman's presence is there everywhere. So we use the logic of, we called that we anvaya inclusive and vyatirek is separateness. It will come now. How can one ascertain the difference between sat and asat with the yukti of anvaya vyatirek? The manner in which the yukti of Anvayavyatireka can be known is as follows. Anvay, what I am in the wakeful state, the same I am in the dream state, thus I am Sat. Now in this what is happening is my presence is there in every state. This is Anvay, inclusive in every state. Vyatirek is I am not there, I am not there. Or I am there, I am there. What is there and what is not there. I am there in every state, but the states don't exist in one another's presence. So wakeful state is not in me. I am in wakeful state, but it is not in me. Thus wakeful state is asat. And anvay, what I am in the dream state, the same I am in the deep sleep state, thus I am sat. Vyatirek is dream state is not in me. Thus dream state is asat. Anvaya, what I am in the deep sleep state, the same I am in the morning, that is after waking up, thus I am sat. But Vyatirek says deep sleep state is not in me, thus deep sleep is asat. Anvaya, what I am in the morning, the same I am in the afternoon, thus I am sat. Vyatirek, morning is not in me, thus morning is asat. Now whatever is in me is sat, whatever is not in me is all asat. As simple as that. Now see, because of the superimposition of ignorance, isn't this the very feeling in every individual? Everybody thinks I am important, I am important. Where I am, I should be given the importance, I should be respected, I should be, it's always I. What has happened is anyon anyadyas. The satness of the self has gone into the mind, and now mind wants to feel like it's me. I am the best, I know everything. So afternoon is not in me, thus afternoon is asat. Anvaya, what I am in the evening. Aishwarya, read.
Anvaya, what I am in the evening, the same am I in the day, thus I am Sat. Vyatirek, evening is not in me, thus evening is Asat. Anvay, what I am in the day, the same am I in the night, thus I am Sat. Vyatirek, day is not in me, thus day is Asat. Anvay, what I am in the night, the same am I in the fortnight, thus I am Sat. Vyatirek, night is not in me, thus night is Asat. Anvay, what I am in any fortnight, the same am I in any month, thus I am Sat. Vyatirek, fortnight is not in me, thus fortnight is Asat. Anvay, what I am in any month, I am the same in all seasons, thus I am Sat. Vyatirek, month is not in me, thus month is Asat. Anvay, what I am in all seasons, the same am I in all years, thus I am Sat. Vyatirek, season is not in me, thus Season is asat. Anvay, what I am in all years, the same am I in childhood. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, year is not in me. Thus, year is asat. Anvay, what I am in childhood, the same am I in youth. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, childhood is not in me. Thus, childhood is asat. Anvay, what I am in youth, the same am I in old age. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, youth is not in me. Thus, youth is asat. Anvay, what I am in old age, the same am I in the previous body. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, old age is not in me. Thus, old age is asat. Anvay, what I am in the previous body, the same am I in the present body. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, previous body is not in me. Thus, previous body is asat. Anvay, what I am in the present body, the same am I in the future body. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, present body is not in me. Thus, present body is asat. Anvay, what I am in the future body, I am the same in any yoga. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, future body is not in me. Thus, future body is asat. Anvay, what I am in a yoga, the same am I in a manvantra. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, yoga is not in me. Thus, yoga is asat. Anvay, what I am in a manvantra, the same am I in a kalpa. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, manvantra is not in me. Thus, manvantra is asat. Anvay, what I am in a kalpa, the same am I in the past. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, kalpa is not in me. Thus, kalpa is asat. Anvay, what I am in the past, the same am I in the present. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, past is not in me. Thus, past is asat. Anvay, what I am in the present, the same am I in the future. Thus, I am sat. Vyatirek, present is not in me. Thus, present is asat.
Did you get it? See all the detail. Of all the time frames, of all these stages of the day, stages of the month, stages of the year, and the yuga, and the kalpa, and manavantra. So all the Hindu cosmology calculations have been brought in. And also talking about, I am in the future body. Now see, many people who are so scared of being, oh, I am born, I don't want to be born. Number one, this is a statement of not any jnani. This is a statement of a very ignorant person. When now body doesn't exist in me, so how would any future body which gets formed will exist in me? So if I am now not a body, so would be at any time, whether past or present or future. If I am not body, body is in me, and body is asat. Body is asat and it seems to be in me, but actually it is not in me. Hence these formations come and go, time frame comes and goes, time is like flowing and flowing and flowing. In that some things get made, worlds dissolve, creation dies, the srashti dies, the jagat dies, and dies in the sense goes into the subtler forms and is no more visible and it's not functioning in its manifestation. But I am there. That's why I am Sat. How am I Chit? I am the knower in all the three periods of time. Hence, now all the states which have been said about day, month, year, manvantar, etc., etc. Who knows that this happened? It's the me. It's I know it. I am the knower. I am the one in whom presence this all happened, and I was and I am the witness of all these events which happen or not happen, whether it is three states or stages of the consciousness, that's a waking, deep sleep, sleep, or whether it is about the body, that's childhood, young and old, whether it is about any kalpa, manvantra. Who knows that happened? Who witnessed that happen? So without my witness, Nothing is there.